It's 5 o'clock. This is your news now.
Kids took over the operating room at an Austin hospital, learning real surgical procedures. Plus, water restrictions go into effect soon for many parts of Central Texas. We'll tell you what cities are affected. And a downtown fire damages 3 buildings, including one that faced its second fire in less than a month.
From Austin's only 24-hour local news channel, with your News Now. You're watching News 8 Austin this evening.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us on this Saturday. I'm Bob Roebuck. Topping your news at this hour. A 4-alarm fire in the heart of downtown Austin Saturday morning. At least 3 buildings are damaged. One collapsed and debris fell onto the street, damaging some cars. The blaze happened on 5th Street between Trinity and San Jacinto. The damaged buildings include Club Lick, which was closed for renovation, and Co-op Radio. Firefighters believe the fire started at Club Lick, though they are still searching for a cause. This is the second fire for Co-op Radio in less than a month. News 8's Allison Topperwine shows us how this new fire was much worse.
It's a rough way to wake up.
This is the second time in less than a month that Andrew Dickens awoke to the news that his station caught fire.
January 6th, we had a fire, and we were able to get back on the air after 5 days with the support of the community and our volunteers. We haven't had a chance to assess the damage from this fire yet. We've been told to expect worse.
When the building that housed community-owned Co-op Radio caught fire in January, $600,000 in damage was done. But the station escaped the worst of the flames. In the second fire, they weren't so lucky.
The fire quickly extended from the initial building. There was heavy fire involvement in the building, and we had a structural collapse very early into our response on the scene.
When this building collapsed, part of it collapsed on this car in front of the building. It also caught the car on fire, creating even more damage to this area.
A firefighter received minimal injuries during that collapse, and a tenant had to be rescued from the second story of the Co-op building.
Normally we try to do an interior attack, and you don't see the ladder truck set up spraying water. Because we had that structural collapse early in the fire, we pulled everyone out to the outside. In fact, they had been pulled out before the collapse.
In total, 26 fire trucks and more than 70 firefighters fought the blaze, controlling it in about an hour. Now, less than a month after the first fire, Co-op's volunteers must prepare to pick through the rubble.
We've got a lot of audio and broadcast equipment. A lot of it is specialized broadcast equipment, stuff that's kind of hard to replace on short notice. We do have insurance.
Even if some equipment is salvageable, insurance alone can't replace all that Saturday's flames destroyed, and Co-op Radio will have to count on the community for support yet again. Allison Topperwine, News 8 Austin.
Both the resident and the firefighter were treated and released by emergency crews. The Co-op planned to have a fundraiser Saturday to raise money for damages from its first fire. That was canceled after the second blaze, but people can still make contributions to the station online at coop.org.
A popular Austin radio station is trying to bounce back following 2 fires in less than a month. The latest fire happened this weekend, went to 4 alarms and did even more damage to Co-op Radio along with several other businesses. News 8 Austin's Amy Hadley spoke with the station's manager about the recovery efforts.
For the second time in under a month, Co-op Radio is off the air. That's because they were hit this weekend with a second fire. After the first fire on January 6th, they were able to get back up and running on the air in 5 days. But this time, Amy, it's going to take a little bit longer. This fire, total damage to all 3 buildings, including Co-op Radio, is $3 million.
That's right. This fire was much more severe than the first one. After the first one, we just had to clean our equipment, but this time it doesn't look like it's going to be salvageable. There was so much heat in the building and water that I can't imagine that it's a total loss of studio equipment.
So, yeah, you're out of space, you're out of equipment. So what's next for Co-op Radio?
Well, We were already looking for a new location after the first fire in January, so that process is already underway. Right now, though, our first priority is to just get back on the air, even if it is with another radio station from a temporary location.
Now, you guys are one of the few independent public radio stations left in the country, so for you, you really feel the urgency of making sure Co-op lives on and gets back on the air.
Yeah, Co-op provides a very unique service to Austin. We provide training. Anyone from the community is able and encouraged to apply for a program and start an apprenticeship with Co-op. We have a very eclectic format with all different types of music and news and public affairs programming. And we're run by our members.
So volunteers are huge for you guys, too.
That's right. We probably have the best volunteers in Austin. We have a very, very dedicated group of about 100 volunteers that come in and do their programs and help run the station.
Probably working harder than ever now.
That's right. It's amazing how much work, how much time that our volunteers put into Co-op.
Has there been any positive outcome from being hit by 2 fires in under a month?
Well, to look at the bright side of things, it's very reassuring to have all the community support that we've had, and that's through, encouragement, phone calls, letters, emails, and then also through donations. We're a listener-supported radio station, so donations right now mean a lot to us.
All right, so making sure those donations, the volunteers, the equipment, everything that you're working on gets you back on the air.
That's right.
All right, so again, this weekend fire hit 3 different structures. Taste Bar, which right here you can kind of see what's left of it. That's where it started. The fire started in Taste Bar, and that building completely collapsed. Also, Copper Tank Brewery, and again, Co-op Radio. So the total damage estimate is at $3 million. Now, fire crews, fire watch crews are still on the scene, have been on the scene 24/7 since the fire early Saturday morning, because the investigation is not yet complete and they want to deem this area safe before they open up this street and the fire watch crews are relieved. From downtown Austin, Amy Hadley, News 8 Austin.
And there's a Help Co-op Relocate benefit show happening this Friday at Beerland that's located at 711 Red River. For more information, check out coop.org.